On the dividend news, we'll go ahead and start off with the bad one, which was the dividend cut, which Hudson Pacific Properties ended up suspending its dividend. This decision follows a 50% dividend cut just in this June from 25 cents to 12 cents per share quarterly. So sorry for all the HPP REIT shareholders. But on the good side, guys, we did actually get exciting news from Las Vegas REIT VICI Properties Inc. They just declared a quarterly cash dividend of 41 cents per share for July 1st to September 30th, 2023, marking a 6.4 increase from the current rate. This marks 6 consecutive years of dividend growth for VICI Properties, so congrats to all the shareholders for them. And the other great news is that Verizon did end up raising their dividend by about 1.9% increase from the last quarters. This actually marks the 17 years of consecutive dividend increases. Of course, not a huge dividend increase, but definitely better than a dividend cut. The other news here that we do have is Steward Information Services. They announced the 5.6% dividend hike to 47 cents per share, boosting the dividend yield to about a 4% dividend yield. This actually has their 5-year compound annual growth rate, 5-year CAGR basically, to an impressive 9.6%. That's very nice. And then the second to last one, guys, that we do have is the semiconductor giant KLA Corporation has just announced an impressive 11.5% dividend increase, now at $1.45 per share quarterly. This marks their 14th consecutive annual dividend increase since inception in 2006, with a remarkable 15% compound annual growth rate. And then the last one that we do have here, guys, the board of directors of Utility New Jersey Resource Corporation has given a green light for a 7.7 increase, quarterly dividend increase, now to 42 cents per share. That is up from 39 cents per share. The new dividend yield is at 3.77%. This move marks 28 years of consecutive dividend increases from this company. Very, very nice. What's up, everybody? That's Antonio here to bring you episode 203 of the portfolio update. So you guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what I bought, what I sold, what options I placed, if I even placed any. I actually went on vacation last week, so I probably didn't really do much, but I actually did buy some SCHD, so I'll be showing you guys that. But anyways, guys, you guys already know every single Sunday we come back, we actually see how much our dividend snowball is compounding, because every single week we dollar cost average the portfolio. And yeah, by the end of the video, we should see this average much higher. Remember that our major goal was to try to get a monthly dividend average and dividends per month to about $325. We surpassed that, guys, way early on in the year, but we're trying to aim for $375 to about $400 per month on average. I think we'll probably get there. We'll see what we have. We still have a couple more months before the end of the year, but by the end of the video, we should see this much higher, a couple cents, I would say maybe a couple cents. We'll see where it ends. But anyways, you'll see that the annual dividends here so far, we're at $2,168.67, which is pretty impressive, because we're barely only up to the month of August is what we have calculated in annual dividends that we've collected. The month of September is going to start pouring in, which is going to be very nice, and this should boost it much higher. We've already surpassed 2019, of course, the full 12 months, not 12 years, but 12 months, and we've been seeing this dividend growth accelerate, which is very nice. On the quarterly dividends is probably a better view here, because you guys see 2019 Q1, which is when I started my dividend investing journey. We were making about $100 every 3 months, and then you'll see that slowly it's been getting bigger and bigger every quarter, which really last quarter of 2023 Q2 we broke $1,000 in a quarter, which is very nice. We'll see if Q3 we actually break the 1,000 and go actually a little bit higher, because we've been dollar cost averaging, reinvesting the dividends, and actually buying more of those shares that we get paid out, which is one of our goals, which, you know, kind of keeps us focused, disciplined, and you know, kind of ignore what's happening in the market, you know, because definitely the market can make you feel like you want to sell out with all the bad news. But we make it very simple. We just dollar cost average into the portfolio every week, no matter what it's doing. If we look at the options premium though, you'll see that for the first week of September, we actually made $0. Again, I was on vacation, so I didn't really place anything. I didn't really want to be tracking that during my vacation, but you'll see that options return so far for the year, we're at 3.44%, which is a couple percentages on top of what we've already been making. Those little percentages and crumbs that we do collect do compound in the long term. It's helping that portfolio buy more shares, which if I show you guys here the goals that we're trying to have for 2023 so we can stay focused. The first one, of course, is to reach 20,000 subscriber marks. This is more just for my channel, so if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing with that notification. Definitely would appreciate it if you help me try to reach this goal. This is really up to you guys as well. If you guys don't mind, drop a big thumbs up on the video. I just heard a big lightning storm. It's actually raining while I'm recording this, but hopefully you guys didn't hear that. But yeah, help me out by dropping a big thumbs up. Cost you nothing, helps out the channel, and I definitely appreciate it. But goal number 2, guys, is to reach $325 per month on average. We've already surpassed this. We're on our way to $400. We're going to get there, and that's going to compound even faster once we get there. Goal number 3 is to reach $118,000 invested of my own money. This is what I've actually put into the portfolio. So far we're at $116,101. We gotta go about $2,000 more to go. We have a couple more months, but in total, this is the only amount of money I've actually invested from my own, bank account, my 9-to-5 job, and the value of the portfolio is around $209,000. So that's pretty great to see that amount, in the portfolio. That this is all I've done, and it's already almost doubled my investment in the past, what is this, 3 or 4 years or so of investing, which is very, very cool to see. If we look at goal number 4 is to dollar cost average into the portfolio at a minimum. We're continuing to do that, staying disciplined. Again, in the long term, the market does go up, and we have some pretty great investments in my book for my shares positions that I do have in this portfolio. And then we do have goal number 5, was to drip an additional $100 into a company that does pay me a dividend. What I'm doing is, if I know a company is going ex-dividend date, I will try to purchase $100 worth of that company before it goes ex-dividend date. That way I collect that $100 worth of dividends for that company, which I'll show you shortly. I do have some scripts that kind of sort that out for me. And then goal number 6 is to reach $400 per month on average. Selling options is just an extra little bit of crumbs that do hit it to the, they hit the portfolio, and I'm able to buy a little bit more shares and let us collect a little bit more dividends, and then it just allows that compounding to go a little bit faster, guys. And then goal number 7 is to try to reach about 1,000 shares of SCHD. I do have a plan with that. We'll see if we are able to exercise it. If we're not able to get to 1,000 shares, we're still going to be making money on that. So it's a win-win for me. And that is the goal here, is to try to use options to leverage that. And if everything goes wrong, we'll get to 1,000 shares, but it's a win-win for me. But anyways, if we look at the dividend payout here, you'll see that I do have, these are the companies I have in my portfolio. This is a script I do have. It goes out and looks at the companies I have and see if they announce dividends or there's any upcoming dividends. I have this script available completely for free. We'll kick it off later in the video. You'll see if any new companies pop up over here. But anyways, the way this works is that this is sorted by pay date. So you'll see that Microsoft, we will be getting paid out on on September 14th, and then we'll get Lockheed Martin on September 22nd, and as well we'll get Waste Management, and then we'll get Nvidia, and then Union Pacific, which is very nice. And then of course in October we'll start off with Altria. But if we look here, they are kind of also have the ex-dividend date labeled here. So in my case, I will probably be purchasing a little bit of Altria next week, $100 worth of Altria. That way I can collect the ex-dividend date. So I'll purchase it probably by the 13th of September. That way I meet the ex-dividend date, and I'll get a little bit paid a little bit further. As you'll see here, Altria did raise a dividend this past month in August, so that was pretty great to see that. If we look at the options here, you'll see that of course we made $0 for this week, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the Google Sheets. We'll come back and check it out, but let's go ahead and start off with the portfolio value, which you'll see here, guys. It's at $209,424.86. One of the cool things that we have, remember, I've only invested about $116,000 of my own money into this portfolio, and it almost has doubled, which is pretty great to see. We do have about $392.96 in the day change, which is in the green by about 0.19%. On the 2-year change, that's about $21,314.62, which is roughly about 11.33%. And then if we look at the positions, you'll see that on capital appreciation, we are up by $51,558.33, which is about 33.27% in the green, which our capital appreciation we haven't taken profits on. And then you'll see our cash balance here is at $2,908.49. So you'll see that kind of our cost basis is $154,958.04. I know that, remember, we've only been tracking how much we've invested into the portfolio. So if we were to subtract 116,000, you'll see that that would be the difference in what capital gains or options that we've realized, and we've probably already paid taxes, or we will be paying taxes this coming year. And then you'll see here, if we look, we do have a little bit over 200 shares of Apple. We're managing these covered calls that will actually be expiring next week on the 15th of September. I'm gonna have to roll these up some. Hopefully I can roll up in strike price. And then we do have Altria, which I will be trying to sell some covered calls. I'm getting very close to 200 shares, so we'll see if we can get accumulate a little bit more shares. And then we have JP Morgan, which we have a little bit over 100 shares. So I'll be hopefully selling some covered calls on this, or I guess one covered call. And then we have Microsoft, which I do have a covered call that I will be having to manage. And then these are the other companies I do have that hopefully we can try to get to 100 shares. Probably not Nvidia, but these other ones will hopefully get to 100 shares soon enough eventually by reinvesting the dividends and buying more shares of them slowly but surely. And then guys, the last one we have here is SCHD, which we do have 691 shares, getting close to the 700 mark shares of SCHD. Cost basis, or I guess current share price, is $73.67. But our cost basis, actually, this is pretty interesting to show you guys. If you're on the website and you want to look at your average cost basis for your positions, just hover over the cost basis, and then you'll see that it shows $73.02. So that is my cost basis in overall across the 691 shares. Someone did ask me about that, so hopefully this helps somebody else. And then you'll see that we do have we actually have 3 cash secured puts on SCHD that will be expiring this coming Friday on the 15th of September. As long as SCHD closes above $70, these cash secured puts will be expiring worthless, which would be pretty sweet, because that means that we get to keep $61 from that, and that is $61 that we collected in 1 month. So we would probably be doing that next month as well. And hopefully, if let's say that SCHD closed below $70 by next Friday, which seems unlikely, hopefully, unless we see a huge pullback in the market, but That means that we're collecting $61 every single month, way more than that they pay out every 3 months, which is pretty sweet as well. On top of that, we're doing 7 covered calls at $77 strike price that will also be expiring next week. As long as SCHD closes below $77, then we will actually keep our 700 shares. I'm technically doing a naked call on one of them because I actually don't have 700 shares yet, but I need 9 more shares to be fully covered call there. And we did collect about $23 on this, which, you know, it's a little bit of crumbs, but in every month, imagine getting $23. Those will allow us to purchase a little bit more of SCHD, and on top of the dividends we do collect from 691 shares, it just allows us to grow this position much faster. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it will be in a couple years, guys. We'll see that. We'll come back and look at my old videos. You'll see as well that I do have SNSXX, which is a Schwab US Treasury money investor, which I have about $22,000 invested in this. We will be getting a, I guess, interest payment from this. What I plan to do is, if I do get assigned the cash secured puts of SCHD, I will sell out of this, which typically it retains its value. I will sell out of it and cover my cash secured puts here, and you know, that would be pretty sweet there. But if we look at the performance here, guys, you'll see that we are up about $11,568.57. You'll see this in the green. Last year we were down in the red. Great buying opportunity. We continue to dollar cost average, and it's slowly paying off, guys. If we look at the rate of return, it's a 5.78%. Pretty cool to see. And then if we look at the investment income, it's actually estimated to make about $5,304.96, which is averaging about $442.08, which is actually pretty cool to see. But a lot of this does, pretty sure it accounts for the dividend payment from that money market account, which I don't want to account for. So you'll see here that we do have some pretty nice projection payments for these companies. And then if we look at the history, I can show you guys here that I do have it to start filtering out from September 3rd, which is last Sunday, all the way till the 9th. And you'll see, if we scroll to the very bottom, you'll see here that we had a covered call that did expire worthless on JP Morgan last week or so. And then we did have on the 5th of September, the drip for Visa did hit the account, which was $12.73. It actually bought 0.05%, or I guess 0.05 shares of Visa at about $246. And then on the 6th, guys, we did a buy of Waste Management. I bought $100 worth of Waste Management because they were going ex-dividend date. So at a price of $155, we bought about 0.64 shares of Waste Management. So we met the ex-dividend date on that. But also on the 6th, I ended up buying $146.96 of SCHD. So I bought 2 full shares here at about $73.48. This was about I believe this was Nvidia going ex-dividend date, but I don't really want to purchase Nvidia at this price that they're currently trading. So I decided to invest it into SCHD. You'll see that on the 6th of September, 7th of September, I ended up depositing $300. That is because $100 for Waste Management, $100 for Nvidia, which I ended up using to buy SCHD, and then $100 to dollar cost average to the portfolio no matter what. But you'll see that on the 7th, I ended up purchasing some more SCHD, another 2 more shares at $73.27. Spending about $146.56. And then on the 8th, guys, we got a nice juicy dividend from Costco, $25.37. This will get dripped into the portfolio next week, and it'll buy more of Costco. In the following quarter, we'll get paid more, and that snowball compounding will take effect over the coming years, which is very, very sweet to see. Let's go ahead and click calculate dividends, guys. This will add up all the dividends we made this week. So let's go ahead and click on it. And guys, all we did was collect the $25.37 from Costco, which again is completely passive. We had to do absolutely nothing. I went on vacation and they paid me $25.37 while my portfolio went out and worked. Of course, I didn't do any options, so I didn't make any money from that, but that is okay guys, because in the long term we are going to live off of this passive income. Options is kind of passive, but it's not at the same time because it does require some attention into the portfolio. Let's go ahead and jump into the Google Sheets so we can kind of wrap up this video and see how much we grew the dividend snowball this week. So I'll see you guys over there. Alright guys, so we're at the Google Sheets in my dashboard. Again, we're going to see this grow guys by the end of the video. On the options return, we are again 3.44% so far. Options premium for September so far we're at 0, which that is okay because we still have about 3 more weeks or so. If we look at the options, you'll see that we have 3 more weeks. We'll hopefully try to collect some premium, stay in the positive, versus July where we tried moving up in strike prices and we paid a little bit of money. But in total, we're still at $3,990.82 for the year of 2023. And then we still have about 3 more months to go. So hopefully we hit the 4,000 mark next week. We'll see what happens. And then if I show you guys here the dividend payouts, we can kind of kick off these scripts, see if any new companies announce dividends. So 42 is what the row is. Let's go ahead and go over here to portfolio tools, get latest dividends. Once you click on it, this will get wiped and it'll go out and see if any of the companies in my portfolio announce dividend raises or just in general announce dividends. So give it a second or two. Again, I do have these scripts available for free. All I ask in return is that you're subscribed with that bell notification and you drop a big thumbs up on the video. It definitely goes a long way guys. But it looks like there's actually nothing in my portfolio that announced more dividends. I only have about 12 or 13 positions in my portfolio, so didn't really expect much there. But if we look at the settings here, we'll go ahead and delete this, and let's go ahead and jump over into Empower, where a copy of our portfolio can be grabbed and retrieved. So I'll see you guys over there. Alright guys, so we're here at Empower on my Schwab account. This is all my positions, but if you click on this green button, click on it, it says copy holdings. This copies the current positions of my portfolio that contains all the purchases from this past week into the clipboard. We can jump back over to the Google Sheets, right click, paste special values only, and now we have the string, or stuff that the scripts parse out. If we go over here to holdings, you'll see that this is the old portfolio positions from last week, which should include a little bit more shares of SCHD. As you'll see here, we're at 687 shares last Sunday. Now we're at 691 if you looked at the portfolio update there. So once we click up here, portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings, this will get wiped and it'll parse out the new stuff we just pasted. Again, I have all these scripts available for free. I don't charge anything for them. All I ask in return is you help out the channel by subscribing with that notification, and you drop a big thumbs up on my videos. But let's go ahead and click on it. This will get wiped, and there it goes, parsing everything. We can jump back over here to the dashboard. We'll see how much we grew the dividend snowball guys, because every week we continue to dollar cost average. So on the projected dividend yield, we're at 2.02% versus 1.99% from last week. That's because the portfolio did actually move down in price and or I guess value. On the dividend yield on cost, we're still at 2.72%, which is a healthy dividend yield. And then on the yearly, we're projected to make about $4,220.70 compared to $4,208.19. So we went up about $12 for the year. On the monthly, we're projected to make $351.73 compared to $350.68. So we went roughly about $1 up, which is great. On the weekly, we're actually now making $81.17 every single week, guys. That's pretty awesome to see. on the day, $11.56. So we went up about 3 pennies. Every day we're making 3 more pennies now from last week. On the hourly, we're still making 48 cents every single hour that goes by. And then on the hourly work wage, this is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week, they would get paid at $2.03 every hour for the 40 hours that week. So they did make, well, I guess they got a penny raise from $2.02 to $2.03. I guess they were doing such a great job, they got a raise of 1 penny. We're eventually going to try to get this to minimum wage. We'll see how long that takes, guys, but this is actually all I have for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe with that notification. Help me reach that 20,000 subscriber mark again, and drop a big thumbs up on the video. If you stuck all the way to the very end, let me know by dropping a hashtag SCHD, because we've been continuing to accumulate these shares, and hopefully in the long term this pays off, because it's a great ETF to hold for the long term, and we don't really have to manage anything. We can dump a lot of money into it, and it's very, very awesome to see. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye, guys.